and welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching season 5 episode 11 of Supernatural. If you want access to my uncut reactions, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. I am still not over the last episode. The fact that we are never going to see Ellen and Joe again. Even though they weren't regulars, I always thought, you know, someday they can come back, but now they can't. They can't come back and it's absolutely devastating. And I hope there's no episode of Supernatural that's sadder than that, because it was truly like soul destroying. The episode was amazing though. It was completely plot driven, even though, you know, they failed in the end. But the start of the episode, Joe and the boys going to Crowley, who knew they were coming. They thought they were being so like covert about it, but he basically set it all up. And he gave them the cult, and he said that he wants the Winchesters to kill Lucifer because he knows that Lucifer will end up killing demons as well as humans, and he wants to live. So whether we can trust him or not, I don't know. I'm trusting him for now because his point kind of got proven. They found Lucifer and he was in some state, I don't know, probably not important. He was in some state and there were a bunch of Reapers around and they were just standing there completely motionless. And it turns out that Lucifer was making death rise, so they were literally waiting around for death. Joe and Ellen sacrificed themselves so that the hellhounds wouldn't get all of them, because Meg came back and she set the hellhounds on them because she's on Lucifer's side, which isn't very surprising. She set the hellhounds on them, Joe got injured, and Joe and Ellen decided to sacrifice themselves so that the others could get out. And they got out, they went there, and Dean shot Lucifer right in the head. But it turns out that there are 5 beings that cannot be killed by the cult, and he is one of them. He always promoted the cult as being the thing that can kill anything, and now there's 5 things it can't kill. What are the other 4? Because we need to know that for future seasons. So that didn't work. Lucifer sacrificed some demons to summon death, and so it turns out Crowley's thoughts were right. Lucifer doesn't care about anything or anyone, even his loyal servants. I don't really know what his motivation is, to be honest. He wants to beat God, beat Michael, I don't know. But he doesn't care who he has to sacrifice in order to obtain his objective. And then at the end, they threw the photo, that beautiful family photo they took together, in the fireplace. I guess it must be their way of having a funeral for them, but I absolutely hate that they don't have a copy of that picture, because them taking it in the first place, I thought, oh my god, that's so heartfelt and so lovely, because I feel like we never see them take pictures together. Come on now. And them just burning it, it's the last thing they had of them. It's sad. Maybe they did take a copy and it was off screen, but I very highly doubt it, and I'm very sad. The two women characters got killed off. Psychiatric hospital. Oh, that makes me think this could be a scary one.
Pills make me sleepy, but I can't. If I sleep, it'll come.
You mean the monster. Susan, you're schizophrenic. Your mind plays tricks on you.
That's a low-key heartbreaking thing about some of these. Is she actually schizophrenic, or has she just been diagnosed as that because she sees things that aren't supposed to be real?
Perhaps it's easier for you to conjure up a monster than to face how tragic her suicide really was.
These are places you send people to help them get better, and this is an absolute waking nightmare. This feels like one of Castiel's tricks. Oh. Oh! Oh, so she just gets written off as a suicide as well. Edward Van Halen.
Why don't you tell me how you're feeling, Alex?
I'm fine. I mean, Okay, a little depressed, I guess.
Alex, I could have sworn that the note said Edward Van Halen. Family contact Alex Van Halen. Or why is this doctor not picking on the fact that their surname is Van Halen? Come on now. The patient has been diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic with a narcissistic personality, something, and religious psychosis. God, this is going to be some role play for him.
Any idea why?
Probably because I started the apocalypse.
You know what? It won't have to be a role play. He
Yeah,
can
that's
just tell the truth.
I killed this demon, Lilith, and I accidentally freed Lucifer from hell. So now he's topside, and we're trying to stop him.
Say the part about how you're his vessel. That's a corker.
The apocalypse wasn't his fault.
Oh, it's nice of you to say that, dude.
It's not.
No. There was this other demon, Ruby. She got him addicted to demon blood. I mean, near the end, he was practically chugging this stuff.
They both getting admitted because Dean sounds kind of crazy too.
Irma, cancel my lunch.
Dr. Fuller would like to keep you both under observation for a couple of days.
Both? Me too?
Yes, Sugar. The doctor thinks that would be best. You can go ahead and take down your pants.
Wait, what? What for?
Oh my god. I didn't know the checks were that extensive.
Can't believe I let you talk me into this.
Hey, it's the least we could do. Martin saved Dad's ass more times than we can count.
Oh, so this is another one of those inside jobs for one of their dad's friends, like the prison episode.
Just because we're in the loony bin doesn't give you the right to head shrink me.
Dean.
Ellen and Joe dying, yeah, it was a freaking tragedy, okay? But I'm not gonna wallow in it.
Dean, you always do this. You can't just keep this crap in.
They've actually acknowledged that time has passed and Dean hasn't been himself. I'm thankful for that at least, rather than them just moving past it. Even though it's a small acknowledgement to the fact that they are experiencing grief, it's better than them just moving on without them ever mentioning them again.
Hospital's had 5 deaths in the last 4 months. Doctors keep calling it suicides, but they're wrong. A couple of patients have had glimpses, but there's not a lot to go on. I wouldn't have called you unless there was something here. I can feel it in my gut.
Have you checked any of the bodies? Found signs of an attack?
Well, no, I don't go around dead bodies anymore.
I wonder what his issue is then.
Actually, I'm going to be putting you in the afternoon group. The relationship that you have with your brother seems dangerously codependent. I think a little time apart will do you both good.
Facts.
I am calm. And I'd very calmly like to talk about the monster that's hunting us.
Ted, we're not going to have that discussion again.
Was an alien, like on X-Files?
Stop it! Stop helping! Listen to me! We're all dead!
That's enough!
I was gonna say, if multiple patients have said that they've seen it, then surely that's a red flag. However, her chiming in has made me understand the officials a bit more, because they're throwing in extra facts to help each other, and probably because they were all schizophrenic or have some kind of mental illness, the paranoia makes them scared of it and think that's probably what they think it is, that they're hearing about it from other people and they're all getting paranoid about it and making it up, and probably they think it just drives them to suicide because they're so scared.
Actually got some questions for you.
What a coincidence, I've got some for you too. How many hours a night do you sleep?
3 or 4 every couple of nights. What can you tell me about the
That
race
is
of suicides?
so no way
You were
to
tragic.
live.
But you haven't noticed anything strange? Like, I don't know, black smoke, sulfur?
No.
Demon signs. I hunt demons, monsters.
It's so funny that they could just play crazy by telling the truth.
When was the last time you were in a long-term relationship?
Define long term.
More than 2 months.
Never.
Let's talk about your father.
Oh damn, they're hitting so many spots.
You okay?
I just got raped. So no, I am not okay.
I have never had that term before. What the heck?
I'm Wendy.
I have a feeling Wendy could end up being the monster. Oh no. Oh! Oh no! Now they've just found their way into the place that holds his corpse. Oh.
Hey, yeah, I found something. All right.
Oh god, this is gonna be gross. Ugh. Oh! the noise!
This hole goes all the way through to his brain.
What?
What does that mean?
Let's find out.
Are you joking me? Bro, that is horrifying. Even Dean... Oh! Even Dean looked disgusted. Ugh, what the hell is that? It's not his brain, is it? It's like a burnt patty.
Look, his brain's been sucked dry.
Fascinating. Somebody's coming.
Let's just place his head back on. They might be able to notice when they pull out the tray and his head comes off like a burger.
Pudding!
All right, come on, you two.
I feel like Dean's been wanting to do that his whole life.
Slurpees your brain, sucks you dry.
Yeah, that it makes the deaths look like suicides. What is it?
Well, I bet you a chicken dinner, it's what we're up against. A wraith.
Haven't we had
They
one of
crack
those
open skulls
before?
and feed on brain juice.
How do we kill it?
Silver. You so much as
Oh, I
touch
know.
a
I
wraith with
know
the
it from
stuff,
Dead by
and the skin will
Daylight.
crackle. Now that's the good news. The bad news is they can pass as humans.
It's Wendy. It's 100% Wendy.
Lore says a wraith will show its true form in a mirror.
Nut houses. It's a perfect captive victim pool.
Sure. Who's gonna believe a patient when they say they saw a monster?
What's up, Doc?
You tell me.
Hunting. A wraith, actually.
Why you?
Why me what?
Why do you have to hunt monsters? Why not let someone else do it?
Can't find anybody else that dumb.
He's the chosen one.
You think you have to save everyone?
Yep. Whole wide world of sports.
How?
It's the end of the world. Okay? Then it's a damn biblical apocalypse. And if I don't stop it and save everyone, then no one will, and we all die.
That's a crushing weight to have on your shoulders. To feel like 6 billion lives depend on you? How do you get up in the morning?
It's a good question.
This is the real therapy. The closest to therapy I think he will ever have. Oh, who was that?
Hello, Eddie.
It's not him.
Doc,
I thought that would have been so obvious. I guess sometimes it is the most obvious answer, isn't it? Martin's like, when's it my turn?
Oh, no. He's larger.
Is that how she infects them?
Martin, you were still a hunter.
No, I'm not. I'm useless. Why do you think I checked myself into the Hotel California? I'm sorry, I can't.
Did someone die on the job? What happened? I don't think it's him, but I cannot explain the mirror thing. Why he looked like that. No! Whoa, this is so dangerous, these poor workers. No!
Look at his arm. The cut's not burning. It's not him.
Thank God Martin came through. Oh Jesus, you just hurt so many people.
I am awesome.
He's on
Can I give you
drugs.
something?
Oh yeah, they gave me everything. Maybe you're going crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Wendy's kiss makes them crazy.
We're in a mental hospital. maybe you finally cracked.
I made a mistake. That's all. I'll find the thing.
You missed our session today.
I'm a little busy.
Still hunting that wraith?
People are dying.
People die all the time. It's pressure that you're putting yourself under, all this guilt, it's killing you.
That is
You
kind of
can't save
true.
everybody. You can't. Hell, these days you can't save anybody, Dean.
What'd you say?
Oh, it is
The
her.
truth, Dean. You got Ellen and Joe killed.
How do you know that stuff?
Hey, settle down.
Tell me. Who is she?
Who?
Will you blind her?
Was she never real?
I'm not real, Dean. I'm in your head. 'Cause you are going crazy.
What? No, he's not. But she was there from like the very first day. Oh no. Now everyone looks like it.
I just wanted to apologize. I feel horrible about what I did to you. I thought you were a monster.
People can learn to live with delusions, but the anger I saw in you. You hurt those two men, and you were going
Yeah.
to kill me. It's like you were barely even human.
Oh, shut up.
Could you give me a second chance?
Well, this isn't a prison. You'll be allowed to go to the day room. Under supervision.
Thank you.
Do you think there is a lot of truth and realism in some of these scenes to do with their psyche?
It's not the demon blood, Sam. It never was.
What?
The problem was you. Black spot on your soul.
Now we're all gonna die because of you. It's
Oh.
all your fault.
Killed all of us.
Oh no, no!
Stop it! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! I
And Dean sat there looking a lot like Martin.
Where's Sam? Locked down. He went crazy, thank God.
Thank God!
I'm going crazy too. Me and him freaking out on the same day. I mean, it's gotta be the monster. What? Where? No, there's nothing there. What if this thing doesn't just feed on the insane? What if it makes people insane? Wendy? Wendy slobbered all over me and Sam. That's how we got infected.
Oh!
Is this real?
Ah! Ugh.
It's very real.
It wasn't Wendy!
You've got to get out there and kill that thing. I'll take care of her.
Oh, Dean, pull it together.
I can't.
You have to. Run!
Oh, this is crazy. Oh, and Sam is completely helpless.
Hey, let me go.
Oh no.
You.
Of course it's me. Then all it took was a touch. And you were
Well,
mine.
that's all it takes.
And when you're right,
Oh, that is so gross.
I make all of your problems disappear.
It's like a unicorn horn, but the bad version. No! Oh, you can't even see where it is, Bernie. Oh, it gets longer. It's extendable. Ah! Oh!
I'm mad at everything. I used to be mad at you and Dad, then Lilith, now it's Lucifer, and I make excuses. I blame Ruby or the demon blood, but it's not their fault. It's not them, it's me.
You're gonna take all that crap and you're gonna bury it. You're gonna forget about it. Because that's how we keep going.
I don't agree with that in this situation. Try some meditation or something like that.
Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Good.
If he gets so angry, he could end up taking it out on you again. Sometimes I agree with burying their problems, but the anger, that's a dangerous emotion to be burying. This is one of those episodes that really just makes you think about how terrible their lives are, because we watch this as a show and sometimes we don't take it in how depressing their lives are, or we like to forget about it because it's not real at the end of the day. But when you hear them talk about it, it does boggle my mind, like how they're still going, how they survive. Dean gets 4 hours of sleep every couple of nights, drinks 50 beers a week or whatever he said. It's no way of living. It's so horrible, the things they have to go through and deal with. Dean telling Sam to repress his emotions is not a good thing. Sometimes I agree with it. Like, I remember when Sam kept trying to get Dean to open up about going to hell and his fear of it. I was like, I don't think you should talk about it because it just puts the thought at the forefront of your mind and makes you think about it more. So I thought repressing was a good idea in that sense, because there was nothing they could do to stop him going to hell. And thinking about his inevitable death and how little time he had left isn't going to do any favours. But now, with Sam's anger and the history that they've had, I think it's a really dangerous thing for him to repress, because with Dean telling him to repress that, it creates more anger at Dean for making him feel that way, more anger at Dean for not wanting to listen or for wanting Sam to help himself. And I feel like this is another one of those instances where John's parenting comes into play. John will have taught them to be like this. John will have taught Dean to shut his emotions down and just focus on the job at hand. John started obsessively hunting after Mary died and looking for Azazel for literally the rest of his life. Even though he had 2 children to look after, he raised them to be the same as him. He raised them to save people and taught them that hunting is the only thing that matters in this life. And Dean was the one that always followed his orders and did whatever he was told by him. And so his way of coping with his emotions is the same as John, I'd imagine. And I do think that's why when both the boys do show emotions and break down, it makes it all the more heartbreaking, because they repress and repress so much that when they finally break, it's absolutely devastating, because it just gets too much for them. And that's what I think it's going to be with the anger. By repressing this anger, it makes you more angry and it's going to overflow. I heard something literally last night, a quote about people's emotions that they use in psychology, where everyone has a rain barrel which fills up every single day, and if you don't sort out your emotions the day before, you wake up with the barrel where it left off last night, and it keeps on filling up until one day it explodes or it overflows. If you don't deal with your emotions and your problems and get rid of the stuff that's already in the rain barrel so that you can start from the bottom and have a clear day the next day, you're going to reach a point where you explode and you break. Sam has had so much anger over the last few seasons, specifically season 4 and now 5. It is going to get too much, and I feel like the anger will be directed more towards Dean, because he doesn't want to talk about it, because he doesn't want him to do anything about it. He just wants him to be a good soldier and go through life hunting. And this was again the issue. Dean always telling Sam what to do. This is what annoyed him in the first place, and they said that they would become more of a team this time, but he's still telling him how he should feel. Now, I say this, but I don't really know what Sam can do to help his anger. Perhaps just simply talking about it would help. Perhaps he should try some meditation exercises. I don't know how well that would help in the grand scheme of things, but it could help clear his mind even for a few minutes. The therapy scenes in this episode were good though. It did give them both a chance to think about their lives and think about how they feel about it. Dean even opening up to that imaginary therapist. The line, "I got raped," incredible. That was all in his head, but he still did open up a little bit about his life. And I do think that's necessary for them sometimes. I never said what happened to Albuquerque that put Martin in there in the first place. I do think he was probably more neurotic because of the rape. The rape infects everyone during their initial examination, so he probably was much worse than he would be if he hadn't been to the hospital, ironically. It was a funny episode in parts as well though. The funniest part of it all for me was that they were just telling the truth and the whole truth, and people thought they were absolutely insane, which is understandable. I do quite like these episodes when they're set in one place, one building, a bit like the prison episode when they go undercover like that. I'm worried though about what Sam will do when the anger gets too much. I don't really think he'll turn dark, as I was worried about for 3 whole seasons. Will it push him to accept Lucifer's offer? I don't see why it would, because his anger is at the fact he is in this situation, and that would be him essentially killing himself. I mean, I suppose it could drive him to that, but I think he would rather kill himself as himself than give Lucifer his body. Although could Lucifer still take it? No, because he needs his permission. I mean, I don't think he'll kill himself, but whether he gives his vessel or not to Lucifer, I do not know. I just don't understand what would drive him to that, unless it was part of a plan with Dean or something. I don't think his anger would drive him to that, but I do think there'll be another rift between the boys at some point. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching my reaction to Season 5, Episode 11 of Supernatural. If you want to watch my uncut reactions, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for Episode 12. Bye!
I like him sweet but naughty, dimples on the cheeks, I bet you taste like